Hey, hello, and how are you, everybody? Welcome back to Pittsburgh. The Bills returning to St. John Fisher, their third to last practice of training camp here at St. John Fisher University. ESPN's Elena Gatsenberg joining us, which I now think is the third straight year you and I have gotten together on the last Sunday of training camp. And boy, Elena, how perfect the timing is, because what a little Easter egg we got today. I thought you and I were going to be talking about the injury. We were at practice today, and we were talking about McDermott's, just kind of the tone of his voice in his opening press conference to kick this Sunday off about that growing injury list. And then all of a sudden, wham, James Cook says, I want to be in the news. You and Catherine Fitzgerald from the Buffalo News were there talking to James Cook after practice. So, Elena, take me through a little bit of this now possible Holden situation Cook and the Bills are going to have to sort out.
Yeah, certainly was not anticipating that today. It's one of those where you're right. There were so many injuries that the Bills are dealing with. That it was like, okay, let me check for all these injured guys. And it's like, wait, James Cook isn't practicing. That's weird. This was a surprise. He has not missed a single mandatory session this offseason. He did, not attend voluntary OTAs, but those are voluntary.
Yep.
He has fully participated in everything. But today, he did not participate in practice. So Catherine and I, as you mentioned, went up to him after practice and just asked, why didn't you participate in practice today? He was not, because, McDermott did not mention you. And he said, oh, nothing, business. And then continued to ask him, are you holding in? Will you practice tomorrow? Are you upset about things and all that? And he just kept saying business. And then we also gave him the opportunity, would you like to share your side of things?
Yeah.
Catherine asked, would you like to kind of give your perspective on anything that's going on? And he said, it's not a side, it's just business. So he is clearly, we've known, he is not happy about his contract situation. The Bills did extend 3 members of his draft class, Christian Benford, Terrell Bernard, and Khalil Shakir. So that's, he's clearly upset about that, and he feels like he mentioned this at the start of camp that he feels he deserves to be paid like one of these top running backs. So this is clearly the next stage of negotiations, and we're going to see how long this lasts, because they're missing guys already due to injuries on top offensive players and defensive. So to have another guy not practicing, it's not a great development for this team, and it's something that we're going to be monitoring going forward.
Yeah, and Elena's alluding also to the growing injury list. That seems to be the size of my shopping list after I come back from a vacation. We'll get to that more in a second here. But going back to the James Cook situation, I think it's interesting, Elena. Brandon Beane has talked to us a couple times, whether it was during voluntary OTAs, which he kind of set the tone, voluntary, mandatory minicamp. He shows up.
Yeah.
James Cook is there. Josh Allen, really complimentary about his running back being here at the start of training camp. So you really thought this wasn't going to be a story that would kind of pop its head out, but here we are again. It catches everybody by surprise. You got a general sense of the surprise of that too. Just your thoughts on why maybe you thought this came up now, and do you think James Cook has an angle? Maybe he's attacking with his representatives on this?
It's certainly a negotiating tactic. I
Yeah.
mean, James Cook is certainly in this situation, and part of why we've seen him participate up to this point is he only is making so much money this year,
Yep.
right? Relatively to an NFL player
Yes.
in the 5 million-ish range, and like that's good money and all of that. But if you don't participate, you get fined. He's here, so it gets more complicated. But if he wasn't here, he'd be getting fined right
Right.
now. So it's one of those situations where money is a big part of it, and what he has to negotiate with is limited because he's on the final year of his rookie deal. He needs to play to show the rest of the league why he deserves a big contract like this. Yes, he's coming off a huge season last year, but he made a huge step up last year. The rest of the league is going to want to see if he can do that again. So it's in his best interest to play this year. But that leaves you with very little leverage. So this is his leverage. Him not being out at practice, us talking about him, that's leverage, because you and I are talking about James Cook and his contract. So
And if James Cook does get that money, James, just remember who sparked this conversation back up again. Yeah. It's just so fascinating. Again, the surprise of like how it felt like this was going to be maybe something that was just a minor detail that was going to be sorted out between Bean, Cook, and his representatives. Now it's come full scale, and you think of a lot about like around the league, right? Like the whole Micah Parsons situation in Dallas. This is kind of in a similar situation. You also brought up when we first were talking the fact that another key offensive player is not practicing. Now, this isn't necessarily injury, it's for a hold-in, but along the bikes where James Cook was working out today, it looked like a Planet Fitness over there. I mean, Curtis Samuel, Taylor Rapp was over there. I saw Cole Bishop working off to the side. Those are defensive guys, obviously, too, but McDermott, he talked to us before practice today, Elena, and you and I both noticed there was a strong tone in his voice. You could definitely tell the frustration of the growing injury list with the Bills. How concerned do you think this team should be right now, knowing that list is getting bigger with the addition of Khalil Shakir today, and it's seemingly not getting any better?
It's training camp, so we're gonna keep it at concerned, not like super
A level,
concerned.
yeah.
This Khalil Shakir injury, he has a high ankle sprain. Sean
Mhm.
McDermott told us, and he's week to week. This is the most concerned I've been. That is bad news. There's no other way to
Yeah.
put that one. He
Yep.
is without a doubt at this moment, as we're going into the season, Josh Allen's most reliable and consistent target
Mhm.
on this offense.
Yep.
You know, there's guys who can step up and continue to show that, but last year he was the leader in targets, receptions, and receiving yards.
Mhm.
So he's a big deal, and a high ankle sprain that can linger. That's not necessarily something that's going to go away quickly, but then it also extends to like, oh my gosh, this wide receiver room is incredibly banged up. Keon Coleman, like of the wide receivers I had like locked in to make the roster, Elijah Moore, I guess, is on that bubble too. He was practicing today, which was a good sign as he comes back from. He had leg soreness.
Yeah.
But Keon Coleman and Elijah Moore were like the only guys out there, and Keon didn't even do that much team today because they're like he's the only guy healthy.
The poor guy can't run every route.
Yeah. So they're running low on wide receivers that we expected to
Yeah.
see in a regular season game, and that's a problem because these are important reps. They practice for a reason, and getting that rhythm down with Josh Allen when they brought in so many new guys is important, and building off last year. So they are missing that valuable time, and I think it is concerning, and we can get into the defense too, but they are really banged up right now, and it's good to see some guys starting to come back, like Elijah Moore we mentioned, but it is absolutely a concern.
Yeah, let's just get right into it. The defense. I mean, I look at that secondary. That is such a. I think it is training camp. You have to keep it at a certain level. This isn't like we're going into the AFC Championship, but there is valuable time that comes with training camp for these guys to get reps. Like Max Harrison going down last week. That's valuable reps for a young rookie miss. But now you have all these other guys who are going to have to pick and plug to fill in the shoes here. Trey White was maybe somebody that they were hoping. Maybe Max Harrison was going to win that cornerback 2 battle over opposite Christian Benford. He now seems to be solidified in that role. Cole Bishop, same thing, another training camp and another injury history for him. Elena, correct me if I'm wrong, at least to me, it feels like the defensive injuries are on that base level of concern you have in training camp, a little bit more dire, if that's the right word to use for the Buffalo Bills. When you look at just the defensive injuries, the secondary especially, how do you think the Bills kind of go about this situation?
Yeah, Dane Jackson wasn't at practice today. We don't have a status on him yet, but let's say if he's injured, to put it in context, they are missing two of their top four cornerbacks. Both of their starting safeties did not practice today. And then it just starts going downhill from there. So it is absolutely an issue because they've got a new group of defensive backs that they're looking to like get gelled and like get together this year for the starting defense. And this is like we talked about with the wide receivers and Josh, valuable time. You want to get that communication down. So not having Cole, who missed Cole, the Cole one's tough.
Yeah.
He's got a quad injury,
It is very
and
tough.
he missed almost all of training camp last year. And like just to have him out again, that's not good news for this defense at all. Taylor Rabb also missing time is obviously a concern, but they are just not getting this valuable time. And for this defense, like they just gotta get on the practice field. And I think not having them out there in so many soft tissue injuries, where it's like really a concern. And the defensive line has actually managed to stay very healthy, which is interesting.
We're not close to any better, but knock on wood somewhere. Yeah.
And it was great to see Terrell Bernard was back out at practice some today. That's a very positive sign for this defense. But that secondary is really banged up, and we are not that far from the season to where you want to see these guys get some time together, and right now that's just not happening. So it's something, again, where like Sean McDermott you can tell that this is an issue, and they are, injuries are going to happen, right? We see them every camp, but this seems to be to a group of guys you would really like to not see injured.
Yes, and also it's more so the Bills. I feel like the safety and the secondary injuries hurt more because of how important, especially safeties, are in a Sean McDermott, Bobby Babbage defense. So that's going to put an extra emphasis on this as well. You mentioned we're close to a game. Well, we're close to a preseason game. We're 6 days away from it. We're all talking a little bit doom and gloom. So as we wrap up, Elena, I want to talk about maybe some nice surprises. Maybe a guy on offense and defense. We can go into one of them that has surprised you, that has been maybe your surprise, or somebody you think is benefiting from getting those extra reps because of injury. Start on offense. Is there a name that pops out to you?
It's Christian Wilkerson, and it's not particularly close. Like, he has, like, a name that I, like, bottom of the roster kind of guy. Like,
Well, his last name is also W, so alphabet. As a guy whose last name was
Yes.
Tibbetts, alphabetically, your name is going to be low on that roster. But
It's
I
tough.
get what you're
It's
going
tough.
at. Yeah.
But like someone who was fighting for a practice squad
Mhm.
kind of spot, he is consistently now getting practice reps with Josh Allen.
Yep.
He is playing more wide receiver snaps than anybody else this training camp, and he's taking advantage of it. So he's, actually looked good. Like he has caught some nice passes from Josh Allen. He's out there. They're giving him a lot of opportunities. He's absolutely in my mind worked his way into that practice squad conversation, and they are really short on wide receivers. So if you can take advantage of this opportunity, that's a big deal. And he has absolutely caught my eye and been someone who they're putting out so much that it shows that they feel really good about him. And if they're putting you with Josh Allen, they're having to do that because no one's healthy.
Right.
But he's out there to an extent where it's like they clearly feel like he's doing a really good job out there, and he's someone I will absolutely keep an eye on him in the preseason games.
For sure. And then on the defensive side of the ball, obviously with the injuries piling up there, I could think of a couple guys in the secondary, a lot of like camp buzz around Dorian Strong. I think Jordan Hancock is now benefiting from some of these reps. Anybody there on that side of the ball that's sticking out to you?
We can't probably talk about him enough. Joe Andreessen has taken it. Joe Andreessen and Balin Spector, I would say, have both gotten a lot of snaps at linebacker with these injuries. And Joe Andreessen especially, I think they are showing that they believe, he was a nice story last year, right? He made the roster, local guy, really, really cool, nice story. He's showing that, like, he could be the backup middle linebacker. And,
absolutely.
like, because Shaq Thompson, who was taking first team reps, is also injured. So, like, Joe Andreessen's even getting more opportunities, and I think he's looked really good out there. And he was a special teams guy pretty much solely last year, and he's showing that he could very well be that backup middle linebacker to Terrell Bernard.
Which obviously with Bernard's injury history we're already seeing, and then Matt Milano, you just never know. Dorian Williams been sidelined, Andreessen. You just made the Hulk Lancaster community very, very happy. Bobby Babbitt said something I thought, I caught up with Joe after Friday's scrimmage, and I told him like, hey, a couple days ago we talked to Bobby Babbitt. He says, I don't want Joe Andreessen to be Buffalo Joe anymore. He's Joe Andreessen, the NFL football player. And I think Joe is finally like embodying that. Like there's obviously no rah-rah behind it, but he's like, yeah, that's what I've always been. Even last year, he's like, I understand the story of how cool it is to be the local guy behind me, but I am an NFL player. I'm here to prove it. Balin Spector, another one too, because we can go back and forth on like, sometimes like, what's Balin Spector still doing on this roster? And sometimes it's like, oh, Balin Spector, how brilliant that is. So those are some good names there too. Elena, any final thoughts as we get into now the last, which is crazy, I'm going to say this, 3 days of training camp at St. John Fisher.
It is insane. It went by so fast.
It did. Time flies when you're having so much fun, and you're typing up 20-person injury reports.
Eating so much ice cream too. We eat a lot of ice cream. No, I think overall it's been like it seems doom and gloom, right? Like I think we've talked a lot about a lot of tough stuff they're dealing with, but overall it's actually been like a solid camp. Like there hasn't been like major issue, like yes, there's injuries, but like things are flowing. Guys are getting reps that they wouldn't normally, and that can be a good thing because you want them to get experience.
For sure.
So I think these preseason games are going to be really fascinating. So for some of the battles we talked about, the backup quarterback battle, it's going to be interesting for some of these things to keep an eye on. So I think I would really look for these preseason games have a lot to watch for. So I would say we've left camp, we're going to leave camp, oh my god, it's so soon, like with a lot still to learn. And I think that bodes well for people who want to watch those preseason games and get stuff, because there's going to be a lot to glean. And also they have a joint practice with the Bears next week, and I think there will be a lot to gain from that as well. So I think there's still a lot to learn about this roster, and also like there's a lot of promise too. Like they are, it's still this very talented football team that like is showing this training camp, and they should be making these mistakes and dealing with this stuff now versus later.
Again, you kind of reminded me, even myself too, is you're like, you look at an injury report, you look at everything that piles up, you're like, it's August still. Okay, it's so early, and we are in the third day of August, so it's still very early in the season. Elena, where can people read your work, watch what you're doing?
ESPN.com. All my stories will be there, and then every now and then I'll pop up on ESPN and give the latest on the Bills. So.
Well, we thank you very much for joining us here 3 in a row. For Elena Gatsenberg of ESPN, I'm Dom Tibbetts for 7 Sports.